It was a shooting that sounded like all-out warfare. That's how people described the gunfire at an apartment complex in Aurora last night.
Now, people say they were ducking at the complex, which some say needs to be shut down because of violations there. Fox 1 reporter Vicente Arenas today getting a closer look at some surveillance video showing an armed gunman. Vicente is joining us live now from Aurora with more on this story.
I told you America wasn't ready for the Latin American criminal. Right now, as we're speaking, there are two apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado that have been taken over by Venezuelan gang members, right? To the point where they told the landlord, bro, you come around here, man, we're going to take your life, we're going to take your family's life, right? Landlord's scared. Landlord go to local law enforcement and say, no, we could do about these squatters, because it's squatter laws, bro, right? He says, man, try to contact the FBI. FBI say, hey, my man, that ain't our problem, right? The Department of Homeland Security said, that ain't our problem, bro. The landlord is just like, yo, what the hell is going on? What do I do? Bro, these dudes are collecting rent on behalf of the landlord in the building. And every single time somebody moves out of one of the apartments, they're bringing in more Venezuelan migrants into it. Talking about they're patrolling the building with guns. Like, what? In America? No way. That shit, it sounds like something out of a movie, bro. No freaking way that's happening right now. Imagine being that landlord, bro. He probably calling the bank like, hey, yo, yeah, man, the Venezuelan migrants got your mortgage payment. It was the Venezuela who? You owe us that money. You better pay up, bro. There's nothing he could do about it either, man. Because if he try to do something about it, he's going to get locked up. yo, I'm sorry. A lot of y'all don't like this, man. But if you're still convinced that the USA don't need a motherfucker like Trump, you gotta be fucking crazy, man. Trump is the only one that's gonna be aggressive enough, man, to come up here and be like, all right, everybody get the fuck out, man, kicking doors down and shit, sending everybody over there, man, deporting everybody. At this point, man, it's needed, whether you like Trump or not, whether you are a Democrat, it don't matter what you are, man. It is getting fucking bad, man, and if you think it's not gonna affect you, just give it enough time. Give it enough time, man, because it's only starting.
This is not a third world country. This is the United States of America. This is not a third world country. This is the United States of America. This is the product of Kamala Harris's open borders. This is the product of high influx of over 18 million undocumented immigrants flooding into the country. This is the product of illegal asylum seekers pouring into the United States. This is the product of squatters' rights, okay? This is the product of undocumented military-aged men pouring into the United States of America and laying siege on parts of the country. This would only get worse if nothing is done. Hey guys, my name is Madi and you're welcome back to Madi Speaks. The issue we are going to be discussing today is somewhat classified because the media doesn't want you to see this, okay? The current administration doesn't want this news to get out in public. Most of the social media accounts who are posting this issue ends up getting their videos and posts deleted because, like I said, they don't want you to see this. I made a video some time ago talking about the migrant crisis and how undocumented immigrants, mostly Venezuelan asylum seekers, are exploiting squatters' laws and invading people's houses and properties by force. Remember when these Venezuelan immigrants made a video that garnered millions of views all over the internet, encouraging fellow Venezuelan immigrants to take advantage of the loophole called squatters' rights and take over people's homes? Most people dismissed him and thought he was not a threat and that nothing was gonna happen. Well, now, what I have dreaded most and what many people have dreaded most have already started happening as we are seeing massive home invasions being carried out by these Venezuelan immigrants who people thought were harmless.
If I told you this was happening in 2024, would you believe me? Let me tell you how crazy this is. In Aurora, Colorado, there's a Venezuelan gang that has taken over 2 apartment buildings. I kid you not, the landowner has contacted the local authorities. They said there's nothing they can do about it. That's squatter laws, bro. I kid you not. Look this up. Number 2, he went to the FBI. They said there's nothing they can do. And he even went to the marshals, y'all. And this Venezuelan gang has taken over the apartment building. They're charging the tenants inside rent money like they're the landlords. Meanwhile, the real landlord can't get these people evicted. All the people that's leaving the apartment buildings, as soon as they leave, these Venezuelan gang members are just moving in more gang members to a point where they are taking over the building with guns. It's no more security there. Like, look this up right now. And this is exactly what I was talking about like 2 weeks ago. Oh, not even 2 weeks ago on a couple of my videos. This is what they want. Attack within. Y'all better stay safe. Y'all better stay safe. This is what they want. For the country to be attacked from within. Black people versus the brown people. Let them fight it out. You see what I'm saying? Y'all better stay safe. It's getting crazy out here because it's going to get to a point where it's going to start affecting you. You may not live in Aurora, Colorado, but the fact that it's happening, man, this is crazy. Y'all better stay safe. Man. I've been seeing videos about the same Venezuelan people be in the stores looking to kidnap people and child trafficking. It's going to shambles. And y'all telling me Trump ain't needed? And y'all telling me Trump ain't needed? Come on now. Go look this shit up. This shit ain't no joke, bro. They're literally securing the area with guns. They're not even like, it's crazy. It's getting crazy. Stay prepared. TTG. Time to go.
So I'm not one to talk politics. Never have been. I try to stay out of those conversations. I've always respected what everyone feels and thinks. I still do. But I don't think a lot of you understand what's happening in our country right now, mainly because most of you don't live in a sanctioned city. I live in Denver. So the people that are living in these sanctioned cities, we are slowly losing control of our cities. And the government's not doing anything. Governor Polis in Colorado, he is not doing anything about the apartment complex that has been taken over by Venezuelan gang members that have come over illegally. They have robbed 10 gun shops in Denver in the past month. They are strapping up, and this is just the first step. They're seeing what they can get away with, and so far they've been in this apartment complex for almost a month. The police can't do anything about it. We haven't brought in reinforcements, and they're just living in this apartment complex they overtook, and no one's doing anything. What do you think they're going to do next? They're going to start overtaking more apartment complexes, more buildings, more facilities. What did our country think was going to happen when their time was up in the hotels we provided to them? I had a feeling they were going to start overtaking things, and that's what's starting to happen. It takes a lot to scare me. I've been to third world countries. I've never really been freaked out or nervous. Never thought that I would have to buy a gun to feel safe. And even when I get my gun in a couple days, I don't even know if I'll still feel safe, but at least I'll have a weapon. I've never been against guns, but I've also never thought that I'm going to need to buy a gun for safety. But here we are. And if you don't live in a sanctioned city, I really, really encourage you to do some research and see what's happening to our country. I understand if you're a Democrat and you have your reasons, right? Abortion, you're pro-abortion and same-sex marriage. I'm fine with that. I understand we all have our own opinions and our beliefs, and that's important to a lot of you. But I hope you understand that although those are important topics when it comes to voting, if Trump or someone else is not in office other than Camila, whatever her name is, that stuff's not going to matter, because we will not have a country like we have now or have had. So it's not going to matter if abortion is legal or not. It's not going to matter if same-sex marriage is legal or not, because we're not going to have America anymore.
Common Sense 101. The Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua has taken over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado, right outside of Denver. The property manager, known as CBZ Management, has been trying desperately to regain control of their apartment that they have just spent $300,000 to bring to code with renovations, but they can't even go in there because the Venezuelan gang has taken over their apartments. The city has denied the allegations. Local officials and the media, including Kyle Clark of 9 News, have denied the allegations, even though they have posted eviction notices on the doors of residents and given them a very short amount of time to move out, find somewhere else to live, figure it out, we don't care. If this had been Cherry Creek, if this had been Greenwood Village, Jared Polis, the Colorado governor, would have sent in the damn National Guard. But because it's full of black and brown people in Aurora, nobody cares. This is a very dangerous problem. This is just a testing ground. You need to understand this. This CBZ management says, we would like to be able to resume normal operations at our buildings, but we cannot do so under the threat of present and immediate danger against residents, staff, and management. The spokesperson for this company goes on to say, this is an issue our city needs to face head on with law enforcement and the further support of our state and country's leaders, border czar Kamala Harris, to protect affected tenants, the surrounding communities, and Americans across the nation. Translation: CBZ management is giving the country and the surrounding areas in Denver a heads up. Your community is next. And if you think you're protected because of how you vote or because of your location, you're not. You're not safe. Your children are not safe. You better get civic minded and stop saying, I'm not into politics, because politics is into you. You got Kamala Harris running around now wanting to be the head of the entire country, but she has spent the last 4 years ignoring the border as the border czar, although she was given that job. And for somebody who claims to be a baddie and a boss lady and a strong, empowered woman, she didn't take the lead on a damn thing except ignoring you and putting twerking rappers and fried chicken into neighborhoods to try to get your vote. Once again, for failing you the previous 4 years. But guess what? She wants a chance to do it all over again. This is unbelievable. DHS, Department of Homeland Security, was investigated by the Office of Inspector General. There was a report in June that was the final report issued that says DHS needs to improve its screening and vetting of asylum seekers and non-citizens applying for admission into the United States. This is a very detailed report. I suggest you go read it so that we cannot be accused of mis and disinformation. Go read the report by the Office of Inspector General. Lastly, I would like to point out the very glaring truth and fact that President Trump has been saying for years, that these foreign countries are releasing their prisoners and sending them to the United States. They are releasing their asylum residents to come to the United States. They're here, okay? According to this report by DHS, CBP, it is widely known that Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan prison gang. Prison! They released them from Venezuelan prisons, and they now live here around you and your children. Are you still going to sit by and claim that Trump is racist or something's wrong with him when he is the only politician who is willing to address this head on? And to not just address it, but to eliminate the problem in its entirety, because they're illegal foreign nationals who are not supposed to be here in the first place. Are you still going to sit there indignant with your cognitive dissonance and pretend that Trump is the problem when it's the politicians that you are donating money to and have been voting for years and have gotten zero results? Is this what I'm led to believe? Let me tell you something, Becky. You're not safe. Your children are not safe. This is not hyperbolic, and it's not fear-mongering. You better go read this damn DHS report.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this. Every time we go outside to take out the garbage, every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
Now, this is what people have to go through every day. Even when they take care of simple issues like disposing the trash, they have to lock their doors multiple times to avoid these illegal migrants kicking their door in and claiming their homes and apartments. This is crazy. And the worst of it all is that the government is still living in denial. Local authorities are not coming up and dealing with this insecurity. No one wants to take responsibility and eradicate this nonsense. The poor innocent citizens are left to fend for themselves in the face of such danger. The owner of that apartment complex have been turned away by the authorities. What is America turning into? There are CCTV camera footage everywhere. These criminals could be easily identified and deported or incarcerated forever, yet nothing is happening. And come to think of it, why are squatters' rights still a thing in 2024? Why does it still exist? When will people understand that squatters' laws need to be totally scrapped? It will destroy the US. Squatters' laws in 2024 is another word for chaos, anarchy, and destruction and problems. And a lot of things are happening every day. But yet, the worst thing is that the government is trying to cover this particular thing up because the city is saying that the only reason that it shut down that particular apartment complex was because the building had code violations, as the living conditions were deplorable.
The city of Aurora said it shut down the complex because living conditions are unfit for human habitation, and there were code violations dating back to 2 years ago. The mayor of Aurora called the owners of the complex slumlords. The owners of the complex and CBZ management claimed it couldn't do maintenance or repairs because the complex was overrun by a migrant gang.
But who are the people overtaking this apartment complex? Venezuelan immigrants. Who are the people responsible for littering the apartment environment? Same Venezuelan immigrants. And aside from what's happening in Aurora, we are seeing the same pattern in places like Denver, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, and so many other cities. You have millions of military-aged men swarming the country, and they are undocumented, mostly illegal, unvetted, and unscreened, taking over people's homes and asking the citizens, what can you do? Yet the government is silent, even making excuses for them. In saner times, the National Guard would have been dealing with these people right now, okay? The police would be up and about. Homeland Security would be teaching them some well-deserved lessons. But today, all we have is silence. For what? Just to win elections. Well, you may be surprised that you would win this election, but you won't have any America to govern or preside over, because you won't have any America to run anymore, because the America that everybody used to know would have been destroyed by politicians who defunded the police, opened the borders, and pampers criminals. I would not tell you whom to vote for in the coming election, okay? I am not a politician, and if I can vote, I know who I will vote for. You as an American citizen should be proud to vote for the candidate that will protect this great country, the candidate who stands for anything legal. Legal immigration, safe closed borders, dealing with crimes accordingly, etc. Honestly, I shouldn't tell you what to do to save this great country. A word they say is enough for the wise. Anyway guys, these are my opinions, but feel free to drop yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, consider subscribing to my channel, like and share this video to keep people informed, and thanks for watching this video. I hope to catch you on my next upload. For now, peace.